new secret tunnel, and I'm not telling you where it is. Welcome to the channel. I am Matt the Lizard, your guide in this adventure and exploration. Today, we're gonna check out beach accesses 40 and 41. They're right next to each other, so I'm gonna do a combo and tell you what's near here. I just want to say thank you to everyone who has been liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing my videos. It does help. I really appreciate it. Every one of you, thank you very much, especially anyone who could watch to the very end of the video. That helps the algorithm of YouTube quite a bit. So keep both hands inside the video until it comes to a complete stop. Now let's go see what's going on over here. I bet there's an alligator in there. Okay, a very common question I get asked in Panama City Beach online is what the parking situation is like. It is kind of a walkable city, but things are not very close to each other. So you're not gonna stay in one spot and walk to everything like you would in some other places. They do have parking available at some of the access points. I've noted it where it was free. But here at access 40 and 41, they have paid parking lot. So you have to download a passport parking app, which is commonly used in a lot of cities. It's real easy. It beats having to pay a parking attendant. You know, it is park at your own risk. But you can see all the spots here, and it is clearly marked, so you're not gonna park here by mistake. It's not gated or anything, but I'd say it was relatively safe. It's well lit at night. And you just put in the app, put in the zone. You've already connected your debit card to the app. And I'm not sure what the rate is. I don't want to really talk about rates in case they change, but hopefully it's pretty easy. You know, most people who stay at a property are going to have parking available to them there. Let's say you're not near this place and you want to go here and you're not sure what you're going to do, or you're going to go to the beach. That's really the main thing. Patronizing a business and parking at the business parking lot, I don't think anybody has a problem with it. It's parking at someone's small business and then going to the beach all day. You're taking up a spot that one of their paid customers could be using. So everyone agrees that's kind of normal. There's something kind of interesting here. You see the sign? We're on the corner of Front Beach Road and Old Front Beach Road. Why is it called Old Front Beach Road? Oh, there's another Waffle House. Because of this property here, this Holiday Inn Resort, and that property down there, Edgewater Resort. Front Beach Road, which was, you know, beachfront just about in this area, was rerouted. Can you imagine having that kind of power to be able to lobby the state? Well, actually, it's a federal road, US 98, to move a road so you can accommodate your property. Hey, there's nothing wrong with it if it was done legally. I can't imagine having that kind of power. And it's just because of right here, the road juts out and it made room for all of these, especially that, to still have beachfront and parking and access. Because otherwise the road would kind of, I want to say, went through right through there where their driveway would be. Politics is interesting, isn't it? And behind me here, this little pond. This used to be a place called Barnacle Bay Mini Golf. It's owned by the same group of investors that own Emerald Falls and Cobra Racetrack. And I think they had deeded it to the state. They had massive problems with flooding here. That water just wanted to get here so bad that they decided to make it a wetland, which makes a lot of sense. You know, the water's got to go somewhere. Better there than in someone's house. Here's an interesting sign. In this parking lot, this is the first time I've seen this. It says PCB resident parking with decal only. I don't have a city decal. I guess I'll have to contact City Hall and find out how you get that, or ask the police or something. Because that would be kind of nice to be able to park over here on occasion and go right to the beach. But today, since I don't have the decal, I'm gonna probably not, I'm going to pay for parking. I'm gonna download the app. It's the Passport Parking app. Connect my card to it, and I'll let you know how easy or difficult that process is. Okay, maybe a 5-minute process. I had already downloaded the app in another city. I had to update my payment information. I had a different card assigned to it. It was pretty easy. They give me 57 minutes, which is a weird time. but I'm not gonna be here that long. And I'll probably pursue getting a sticker. If anyone out there knows how to get the decal, how to go about it, please put it in the comments. I appreciate it. Of course, next to this retention pond, there's a big, huge lift station. Wow, there's a lot going on here. They've got a diesel powered generator. I'm not sure what this is, this winch. Maybe it's a water separation unit. Lots of electrical in here. Little shack. Whatever they're doing in there, they're taking very seriously. And we thank them for that. Can't compress water. I learned this in scuba diving class. You can only redirect it. You can suggest it goes somewhere else, but you can't stop it. So whatever they're doing has something to do with that. Right here looks like the old entrance to the old Front Beach Road, I'm guessing. Anybody who's been here longer than me might know what the deal is with that. They have an access gate for the Holiday Inn, who has a giant generator also. All right, we'll go down here. You can see this beach access point for the beach services and emergency, EMTs, first responders, and we have access 40. Once again, mentioning the rip currents. This is very important to consider. We have a lot of double red flag days. Today is actually a single red flag you see out there. You see a lot of the tourists on the Facebook pages, you know, complaining because you can't go swimming. You know, I paid all this money to come here and can't go in the water. Well, it's for your safety. The undertow, even an Olympic swimmer could get dragged out. The only way out of it is to swim parallel to the shore. I believe it is ticketable, possibly arrestable offense to go in the water when it's double red flag, unless you're tethered to a surfboard, which is weird, but I don't make the rules. We're here right next door to Ocean Towers, nice condo. And you can kind of see the outside of the Holiday Inn. So we're going to talk about that in a little bit. Pretty easy to walk down here. I'm going to make a point to mention it when something is ADA, or at least easier to access for those of you who might have disabilities. I'm not going to say a place is not accessible, but I'm showing you what it is. This is a hard packed rock and sand, and it leads to very soft sand. There's the red flag. Nice morning out here. We had some rain yesterday. It's actually not too warm. It's kind of early. And you can see a row of condos going down that way. Heading towards, we're getting closer to the county pier, which it actually extends out from very close to Alf Coleman Drive. Where we're at here is close to R. Jackson. And you can see the beach huts, beach services, or chair rentals. These guys do the jet skis and banana boats. And you can see how lucrative the chair business must be. Look at all those chairs. There is some online discussion about what should be allowed with these chairs and what shouldn't. Usually they contract and probably pay money to the resorts they're in front of. They can only sit so close to the high water line. I'm not sure what the number is. I think it's like 11 feet or something like that above the high water line. Every once in a while there's arguments between tourists who have their own chairs and canopies and tourists who rent. Some people will set up in front of the rental chairs, and my thought on that is we're all trying to get along, right? Whether it's legal or not, there's plenty of beach. Look at all the room here. Where I'm standing, you could set up a canopy and you wouldn't be blocking anybody's view, and they're not blocking your view. And most of those chairs are empty right now, but it'll get full as the day goes on. So these guys here, they do chair rentals, jet ski rentals, parasail, and banana boat. I wish I knew their name. Maybe I can go see their sign. Okay, it's watersportspc.com. Not a sponsor, but I've seen their stuff out in the water. Let's go check out this banana boat. That looks fun. You can see all the drag marks. They use a ATV for dragging the jet skis, or I'm sorry, personal watercraft down to the water line. And here's the banana boat, the banana bus. Island hopper. Looks kind of fun. There's signage on it that says you gotta wear a life jacket. Looks like, let's see, there's maybe six, 7 people can go on there and get towed out. Can be kind of fun. These are fun. I rented them many times. I wanted to buy one for a long time in the worst way, but it's like any other thing, like having a pool or a boat or something like that. You're gonna pay the money. Given my schedule, it'd be very difficult to make time to use it to make it worthwhile. It'd be sitting 99% of the time. So what works for me is to just rent one anytime I got a hankering to. And they are fun. My brother-in-law famously calls them a motorcycle on water. And I would say the biggest issue, I'll show you in the back here. You see this? That bar right there? For me and my wife, if it doesn't have the bar, I can't go. Because if you fall off, it is very difficult to get back on these. It's very easy to flip them upside down. You have to have a lot of upper body strength. And even with the bar, you're gonna be pulling the bar down, putting a knee on here, and then pulling yourself up. So you have to be fit enough to be able to do that, have enough balance issues, and not panic. Quite famously, my wife, she fell off one that I was driving in the Florida Straits. Yeah, I hope she's not watching this, because that was not good. She didn't get hurt. She was highly annoyed. Let's just leave it like that. As anybody would be. So. Down towards that way, you're heading east towards St. Andrews State Park. At the very end, Michelle Island, where we started this series. And then you can see here, the Holiday Inn Sunspree Resort. I'm not sure when it was built. Kind of has an interesting styling inside. They modernized some things. The last time I had someone stay there, they were telling me how interesting the bathrooms were. Being painted red with a purple telephone inside the bathroom. Which is a little strange, but you know, we're on island time here, right? Island style, island time. And we'll tell you something else that's quite interesting about this place. Okay, this was reportedly the last hotel built in Panama City Beach, high-rise hotel. 1990, I believe it was put here. I'm not sure how many rooms it has. I tried Googling it. You're just gonna get a bunch of things that want me to book a room, which I'm going to eventually do. Why would I book a room here when I live here? You could probably walk to my house from here. I'll tell you why. Up on one of the top floors, I can't find the exact room number, but there is a ghost. Now, that's easy to say, hard to prove. Ghosts might not even be real. You can't prove a negative, right? But the story I read was that it is somebody wearing sunglasses with a lanyard around their neck, and they are headless. And they appear near the top floors around 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. The witching hour, of course. And I had asked some of the guys I know who worked here if they knew anything about it. And they all kind of did not, except for one guy. And he was like, well, yeah, we just don't talk about that. And I'm like, that's a marketing thing. Rent the ghost room. Raise the price. And he goes, it's just a story. But it's been told by a few people to him, so he is aware of the story. And I said, well, can I come in there and film? And what he had said was, no non-paying guests are allowed on the property. And he's quite right, and I understand where he's coming from. I'm not getting in there unless I book a room. So I'm gonna do it. Maybe I'll do it in off season when it's a little bit cheaper, but I want to guarantee that I get the ghost room. So I'm gonna definitely try to book that, because I think it'll be fun, and I will vlog that for sure. I don't know if anyone out there is a believer. If you got any cool ghost stories for the Gulf Coast, I would love to hear about them in the comments. That'd be amazing. And it's just good fun to me, you know, kind of like I mentioned about the psychic reader in a couple videos ago. As entertainment, it's harmless, you know. Who knows? There's a lot of things, leftover energy, that could have something to do with something. Who knows? I'm all about it, though. I'd love to check into it. It's like I love a good Bigfoot story. There's probably no Bigfoot, but I love reading about it. I love a good alien story. At one time, that way, towards Gulf Breeze in Navarre, there was a bunch of UFO sightings. Now, UFO by definition is just unidentified flying object. So a bird could be a UFO. So UFOs exist. But do aliens from other planets exist is kind of the question. Don't know. I had my brother-in-law drive me all the way out there because I thought it was close. And it was about an hour and a half each way. He was very tolerant, and I was thankful. And I think he was just happy to go on a weird little adventure with his newly minted brother-in-law. And we've been on some adventures since. I actually work for him. We work together, run the hardware store. So, ghosts, real or no? Put it down in the comments. Like I mentioned before, and they're quite right to have this, resort properties for registered guests only. So I would guess anything past there, or actually probably right here, would be trespassing. They would probably just tell me to get lost, but I don't want to push it. And they have a right to do what they need to on their own property. And you can see they have some cabana rentals here. That's kind of nice. Shaded. People don't want to sit in the full sun. And I don't want to walk on the dunes, but on the other side of that fence, they have, as of last year, a brand new installed lazy river that circles the whole property. So they're all about the water, as they should be. That's kind of interesting. When I do stay there, I'll do a full review of the place. Owned by the Hilton family. They were affiliated with the famous Hiltons, but I'm not sure how. They're related, not affiliated with the famous Hiltons. And they're also in the hotel business. They have several properties like this in Panama City Beach. The family had built a very interesting house in Rosemary Beach to the west of us here. Been under construction since 1988, I think. And that one's neat. I could probably show pictures of it, getting video of it, possibly. If I make it down that far, down the beach, I will. It's in another county, another city. Very cool, like Cat 5 resistant hurricane house. I actually saw the blueprints for it. I knew one of the guys working on it, and it's how I would build it. I would call it a modern day castle. Heavy concrete, lots of natural light. but it's got like, you know, shatterproof windows, and that thing's not going anywhere. It could take a direct hit from a hurricane, and I think it would be okay. Not sure if they rent it out or if the family's living there. But I'd live there if I hit the lottery. It's neat. So you can kind of see a close-up of the Holiday Inn. There's a lot going on there. And they throw around the words motel, hotel, Holiday Inn. This is truly a resort. And by resort, in my definition, is somewhere where you come, put your bags down, and you don't ever have to really leave for anything unless you want to. They have everything you could possibly need inside there. You got the view. Look at that view. And you have water sports. There's a little stage. They play music in the afternoons. There's bars in there, restaurants, food. So you kind of just come here and forget your troubles until you get home and check your credit card bill. I was debating walking down to 41. I'm not sure how far it is. And of course, walking on the sand is a little tiring. So I'll probably go back up 40, walk across the parking lot, see how my time's looking on my parking, and go see what's going on down there. Check this out. I guarantee that that was a sand dune at one time, and they painted it. Instead of moving the sand, they just painted around it. Whoever made that decision is my spirit animal. Not my job. I'm just here to paint. Okay, you can kind of see the entrance to Ocean Towers here. It's gated access. Oh, I know that truck. That's Kyle. Interesting that it's not facing, although it probably was facing Front Beach Road, as we discussed earlier. Front Beach Road was probably here. And we gained all that property due to the road being turned, putting the curve into it. So you got the twin towers of Ocean Towers here, plural. And then there you have Edgewater Beach Resort. They have some villas across the street, and that was definitely built in the 80s. The villas across the street are, there's a lot of permanent residents there, which makes sense. All right. Free socks. And then behind me here is a rather notorious Burger King. You can Google that on your own and find out. Just look up BK Brawler on YouTube. You'll kind of see. Doesn't put our town in the best light. But you know, any place that has a lot of people coming to it, 99% of the people might be decent. You're gonna have that 1% who causes trouble, which is a shame. But overall, it's a nice little place. Okay, here's access 41. Now what's interesting here is it looks like the access is supposed to be here, but there's a bunch of sea oats. And those are something you definitely do not want to disturb. Their root system helps hold the sand in, which creates the natural barrier, which I've talked about several times. But this access point is, wow, I almost broke my neck. A partnership for litter-free beaches. Candy's Krabby Cleanup Crew. I had no idea. I guess I'm supposed to be cleaning this up. Well, I'll start here. There's something on the ground. Good luck. It's like a silt fence or something, buried in the sand. Can't get to it. What's really cool here is
very 1970s, 80s landscaping. Look at these big rocks. They give the actual lizards and the metaphorical lizards somewhere to sit. Oh, their property's high. That doesn't look good. But I guess they know what they're doing. It's a weird little, probably a stormwater outfall. I can hear water running in there. And here you can see the West Side Ocean Towers. And we're kind of walking on a access for vehicles, a vehicle access for the beach. But it's weird because all the signage, it looks like that's the walkway. Oh wait, they put a piece of rope across. If you can't fight nature, just tell people to walk over there. Yeah, because all the signs are kind of oriented as though that's the walkway. And even here, it looks like someone's got a pseudo walkway. I don't want to go up there. Erosion is the enemy. Got to have these barrier dunes. They help protect us from storms. Okay, I think I see what's going on here. That drainage pipe leads right to that concrete box I showed earlier. So this is an stormwater outfall. There's actually a sign telling me what's happening. Let's learn. Do not sit, lie, or play within 5 feet in both directions from this sign. I'm right at 5 feet. All the stormwater comes out here. This is kind of a hot topic with some of the residents here. They're planning on building more. They're building one off of Edgewater Lake. Something else you can Google. It'll be kind of, it's a contentious topic, so I really don't want to discuss it. But you're looking at runoff from the roads. So you will have some fluids from vehicles, oil, gas, antifreeze, brake fluid, or any other filth that's on the roads, and it's going out to the Gulf right here. You can sort of see that. It doesn't look too dirty, but they don't recommend swimming in it. Occasionally I've seen, maybe not at this one because it's signed, but some of these, the skimmers, the guys on the skimboards will go across it, the spots where it's not too deep. You see where the birds are right there? So all that water on this side of Back Beach Road is heading to the Gulf. On the other side of the north side of Back Beach Road, it's actually heading to West Bay. It's almost like when they did the engineering, they knew where the roads are. That's going to be the high points. They're probably ancient sandbars. So the water is going to flow downhill from there. So Front Beach Road is probably a sandbar. Middle Beach is, and Back Beach is also. I could be wrong. If there's an engineer watching, you can probably explain it better or explain it differently, and I'm welcome to that. But the water always wants to get back down. Now if you look, there could be some bacteria in there. It doesn't look that dirty. The brown color could be just from tannins, you know, from trees, pine needles, things like that. There's no smell to it. I'm not advocating you swim in it. But look, these guys are drinking it. They're okay. But a gourmet meal to them is Cheetos, so who knows? Well, anyway, they want to extend an outfall pipe out, way out into the Gulf of Mexico from Edgewater Lake for stormwater. And it's possible that that could concentrate a bunch of bacteria in one area and cause problems ecologically. Now, I'm sure they have to get permits and talk to the EPA, and there's people smarter than me figuring all that out. But this is my home, you know? I don't want polluted waters. I've lived in places where the water was just like completely toxic from years of industrial abuse, and we don't want that here. You know, the Gulf of Mexico is not a garbage can nor a toilet. You know, it's beautiful. We'd like to keep it that way. A healthy ecosystem usually includes healthy humans. Google it, make up your own mind. Tell me what you think. I don't see that they can get around this. If you were to block that off, the water would just pool out there. And this is quartz sand, it will filter through that. It makes a great filter. But who knows? I don't know what the real answer is with that. Check this guy, it looks like a heron. Looking for some breakfast. Doing his thing. And you see, look at the flow here. Listen to those waves. Isn't that peaceful? How you doing, buddy? Getting something to eat? He's so focused on his hunt that he's not even paying attention to me. Of course, I don't intend to bother him either, or her. Each wave that comes in brings in something to eat, probably. He got something. Thanks. Thanks for giving me the money shot, bird. Have a good breakfast. All right, you can see further down, there's tourists are starting to roll in. Look at all those beach tents down close to the county pier, which has paid parking also. We'll get down there eventually and talk about that. This is nice. Not too hot. I enjoy coming down here sometimes. You can see this way begins R. Jackson Boulevard, aka Richard Jackson Boulevard. Most people now call it R. Jackson. When I first moved here, it was the only light on Back Beach Road all the way to 79. Now we got lights at almost every intersection. Ah, progress. And it used to be called Beckridge Road, so you will have a couple people who call it Beckrichard Road, and some of the office buildings that are down there, they're called, you know, Beckridge Office Park, Beckridge Plaza, because they maintain the name. Sorry to the Beckridge family. You got moved out for R. Jackson, who was the former city manager of Panama City Beach for a long time. So that's where we're at with that. And maybe we'll go across the street and see what's going on. I don't know if you can see that my time is almost up on the parking. The app works pretty good. It was easy. I guess the only issue would be having signed up for it first. You should probably do that now in case there's Wi-Fi issues or whatever. Pretty easy. I do want to check on the PCB resident tags, see how that works. All right, across the street, we're gonna pack it in. Is the shops at Edgewater. We'll go take a brief look over there, see what's happening. Kind of show you what's available and fun near this area. No beach parking. You will be towed. You can see across the street, Edgewater Beach Resort, the villa townhomes. And just steps away across Middle Beach Road at that intersection, I don't know if you can see the sign, there's a Sonic over there. And then just going through shops at Edgewater, this big plot of grass Used to be a movie theater. I kind of miss it. I saw a lot of movies there. Don't know why they took it out, but they did. And this place here used to be the former Montego Bay. It was this spot right here is hallowed ground, because it is where I first fell in love with red beans and rice. Louis Satchmo Armstrong's favorite dish, and mine. But now it's called American Charlie. I've eaten there a few times. It's good food. And you can see they have some other stores in here. Things come and go. There is the Beaches Comedy Club is in there. I've done the escape room. That was kind of neat. You can see a hair salon. There's a furniture place. That's been a bunch of different things. There was a nightclub called Chubby's a long time ago. This is Adrenaline Bowling, a pro shop. And then the main event over here, what I'd almost call the anchor, is this. It is Rocket Lanes. It is kind of a teenage hangout, but people always say, well, what can my teenagers do? It's raining, or it's double red flag. This is kind of the spot. They have one of those indoor ice rinks. It's waxed, so it's not very fast, but it's fun. They have an arcade. There's a sports bar inside. They serve food in there, you know, basic food, hot dog, hamburgers. Not bad though. And they have bowling. At one time, it was a grocery store, I believe. I want to say maybe Winn-Dixie. There's a CC's Pizza here. There's an axe throwing place. That kind of scares me. I don't think that's for me. I just got a feeling that something would happen. Then there's a place that we probably need to do a review on, is D's Hangout. Chef D, he makes amazing food. His red beans rice is really good. His hush puppies are what everybody seems to really like in my family. They request them special. Super nice guy. I would highly recommend going here. If it was open, I'd almost go in and get something to eat. But all the food's really good. And I guess it looks like they're doing stuff to go, steam pots to go. That's smart. Then over here is Firefly. Really kind of cool inside. It has a big tree with all these lights on it. It looks like fireflies. I want to say this is a lot of the staff, maybe even the chef from the former Canopies in Panama City, came over here. We've had some good meals here. They also do sushi. They have a sushi bar, and they have, my sister-in-law's had this, they have the Firefly on the fly food to go. They are on Uber Eats, they are on DoorDash. There's a golf store in here. There's an ice cream bar. Pink Pelican. Another nail and spa place. Looks like a clothing boutique. There's a Subway. And you can see we're right across the street from Access 40. That's right down there where we were earlier. Los Rancheros. And as we came in the park, I'm sure you saw in the video, the Surf Style Shop. That's a pretty popular place for souvenirs and things. And of course the ever-present Waffle House. And California Cycles and Outlaw Rentals over here. They rent golf carts. They used to rent scooters and motorcycles. That's pretty much all gone by the wayside. But I believe they have another place on Back Beach Road that does rent them. It kind of depends on where you're at. And that's it for the shops at Edgewater. You can see the Sunspree across the street where we're at. So you could conceivably park in that lot if you were wanting to visit friends at any of these hotels, condos, and walk over here, and there's some things to do. Not at this hour of the morning on a Sunday, but at night there is, definitely. And it's an outdoor mall, which is about all that's left in this country nowadays, it seems like. So it will be hot outside, but you go in the store,
spend some money, soak up some AC, you should be doing good. See, a pretty big parking lot, but it does fill up fast. And one thing that's weird about it, maybe it's just me. It's angled really steep. It's hard to tell on video, especially with the GoPro with the fisheye lens. But it can be hard to get in and out of here if you have a big vehicle. Just something to note over here. It's also a Taco Bell. And across the way there's Mr. Maine's Pizza. So you do have some choices. And then as we go further down Front Beach Road in my next video, you'll see what's happening over there. We're heading towards Grand Panama Resort. And further down the beach, we'll be looking at Access 42.
Everybody's got a sense of humor like me, I guess. There's a few of us out there. So there you have it, and there it is. Thanks for watching. Do appreciate you coming along with me on this ride and making it all the way to the end of the video. We had some fun. Hopefully I showed you some useful things. I don't know if I'm heading towards a tourism side of things on my videos. I am just trying to make my way down the beach access points and show all the goodness that there is. I do love my little town that I live in, my adopted hometown now. Lived in Panama City for 20 years, lived in Panama City Beach for 6 years, and I think I'm here to stay if we don't hit Central Florida. That's an argument for another day. I appreciate all the likes, shares, and subscriptions. If you guys can continue to do that, please hit the notification bell if you want to find out when I upload a new video. I am trying to hit my magic number for the subscriptions, so if you can spread the word. I am starting to get a little bit of exponential growth where I get a few subscriptions a day, and I do appreciate all that. I appreciate every one of you that's watching the videos, and I just want to tell you what a beautiful town I live in. Panama City Beach, support it with your tourism dollars if you can. If you have any questions or special requests, I'm always good for that. I'll try to accommodate what I can. If there's something you want to know about, a property, a hotel or something like that, I'll try to go down there and see what it's like and tell you what I can. Give me time. If I start to get a lot of requests at one time, it might take me a few weeks. I'm only vlogging 1 day a week, trying to do my uploads on Sunday. I have a full-time career, so that keeps me busy most other times. Remember, you are important, and the world needs more people like you. Matt the Lizard, out.